A woman named Aisha lived in a bustling town with her husband, Samir, and their 3 children. On the surface, Aisha's life seemed like a typical one. She took care of the household, looked after the children, and supported Samir in every way she could. But beneath the surface, Aisha was fighting a battle that no one could see. Aisha and Samir had married young, full of hopes and dreams. But as the years passed, the pressures of life began to take their toll. Samir lost his job, and the family's financial situation grew dire. Aisha took on several small jobs, working late into the night to make ends meet. But it was never enough. The bills kept piling up, and the weight of it all started to crush her spirit. Despite the mounting pressure, Aisha kept the brave face for her family. She didn't want the children to worry, and she didn't want Samir to feel like a failure. But the stress was overwhelming. Every morning, she woke up feeling exhausted, both physically and emotionally. The demands of her jobs, the endless household chores, and the care of the children left her with little time for herself. Samir, too, was struggling. He felt guilty for not being able to provide for his family the way he wanted to. This guilt made him distant, and the once loving relationship between him and Aisha began to strain. They no longer talked like they used to, and when they did, it was often about the bills or the children's needs. The warmth and closeness that once defined their marriage seemed to have faded away. Aisha tried to reach out to Samir, but he was so wrapped up in his own worries that he didn't notice her pain. She felt like she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, with no one to share it with. The loneliness was unbearable, but she didn't know how to break through the wall that had grown between them. One day, after a particularly grueling shift at work, Aisha came home to find the children arguing and the house in disarray. It was the last straw. She sank to the floor, feeling completely defeated. She had tried so hard to keep everything together, but it felt like everything was falling apart. Samir walked in and saw Aisha sitting on the floor, tears streaming down her face. It was the first time he had seen her break down, and it hit him like a ton of bricks. He realized how much Aisha had been carrying on her own, how much she had sacrificed for the family. He knelt beside her and took her hand. "I'm sorry, Aisha," he whispered. "I've been so caught up in my own problems that I didn't see how much you were hurting." Aisha looked at him through her tears, feeling a glimmer of hope for the first time in a long while. I don't know how much longer I can do this," she admitted. Samir pulled her into a hug. "We'll figure it out together," he said softly. "I'm here with you, and I'm not going anywhere." From that moment, things began to change. It wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight, but Samir and Aisha started working together to rebuild their relationship and their life. They made time to talk, not just about the problems they faced, but about their dreams and hopes for the future. They leaned on each other, sharing the burdens instead of carrying them alone. Aisha also learned to ask for help when she needed it, reaching out to friends and family. She realized that she didn't have to be strong all the time, that it was okay to lean on others and to take care of herself, too. In time, Samir found a new job, and their financial situation began to stabilize. But more importantly, they found each other again. The love and warmth that had been missing slowly returned, and their family grew stronger through the struggles they had faced together. Aisha's unseen battle had been a hard one, but it taught her valuable lessons about love, resilience, and the importance of leaning on those you love. She emerged from it not just as a survivor, but as a stronger, wiser woman who knew that no matter how tough life got, she and Samir could face it together. Vocabulary: 1. Bustling. Full of activity and noise. Aisha lived in a bustling town with her husband and children. 2. Dire. Extremely serious or urgent. The family's financial situation grew dire. 3. Mounting, increasing or rising. Despite the mounting pressure, Aisha kept a brave face, for strain to exert to the utmost or to the point of injury. The relationship between Aisha and Samir began to strain. 5. Unbearable. Not able to be endured or tolerated. The loneliness was unbearable. 6. Disarray. A state of disorganization or untidiness. She came home to find the house in disarray. 7. Grueling. Extremely tiring and demanding. After a grueling shift at work, Aisha felt completely defeated. 8. Glimmer. A faint or wavering light or sign. She felt a glimmer of hope for the first time in a long while. 9. Stabilize. To make or become unlikely to change or fail. Their financial situation began to stabilize. Morals. 1. Shared burdens lighten the load. Life's challenges become easier to bear when we share them with those we love. 2. The importance of communication. Open and honest communication can rebuild relationships and restore lost connections. 3. Strength in vulnerability. Admitting when we need help and leaning on others can make us stronger in the long run. 4. Resilience through hardship. Tough times can teach us resilience and help us grow as individuals and as a family. 5. Love as a foundation. Love, when nurtured, can withstand the toughest of life's challenges and bring people closer together. Thank you for watching and listening. Your support truly means the world to me. I hope you found the content enjoyable and engaging. I'm excited to continue this journey with you and share even more in the future. Your encouragement inspires me to keep creating and improving.